Hi everyone, in today's video I will explain you about different Linux careers and why you should choose Linux careers to start your career. Now today Linux is more important than ever as more and more organizations move to cloud and rely on Linux based systems. To power their operations, companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon and Netflix all rely heavily on Linux, and the demand for Linux professional is also on rise. Before we go in further, let me explain you what is Linux. Linux refers to an open source operating system kernel. The Linux kernel serves as the core component of various operating systems, commonly known as Linux distributions or distros. These distributions combine the Linux kernel with a wide range of software, tools and applications to create complete operating system environment. The Linux kernel is responsible for managing hardware, resources such as the processor, memory, storage devices and input-output operations also. It provides essential services that enable the software applications to communicate with and utilize the computer's hardware also effectively. You might be thinking, why companies use Linux? This is an operating system, open source. Then why companies use this? Because of cost effectiveness, because of the customization options it provides, the stability, reliability, security, performance, scalability and etc. There are many different reasons why companies choose this operating system which is open source in nature. Now, can I explain? Many people might have this question, why different type of Linux careers exist and which one to choose from. I'll give you few examples of career path, Linux career path. The first one is Linux system administrator. Linux system administrators are responsible for installing, configuring and maintaining the Linux based systems. They are also responsible for ensuring that all these systems are secure, stable and available to the users. This role requires a very strong understanding of the Linux fundamentals as well as skills in scripting, networking and troubleshooting also. Next career path is the Linux DevOps engineer. DevOps is a set of practices, we all know that, right? Now, in DevOps, it is a set of practices that emphasizes collaboration and automation between the software development team and the IT operations team also. Linux DevOps engineers are responsible for designing, implementing, automating the workflows and monitoring the systems, deploying applications in the Linux environment. This role requires very strong knowledge or skills in programming, scripting and automation as well as understanding the Linux system administration. The third career path in Linux is Linux cloud engineer. As more and more organizations are moving towards cloud, demand for Linux cloud engineers is also on rise. These professionals are responsible for designing, implementing the cloud-based infrastructure, deploying and managing cloud-based applications, ensuring that all these systems are secure and scalable. This role requires a very strong understanding of cloud computing as well as skills in Linux system administration, networking and security as well. The fourth very common or very high in demand career path on Linux is Linux security engineer. With cyber security threats on the rise, organizations need skilled professionals to help protect their systems and the data of the business. Linux security engineers are responsible for implementing, maintaining the security controls in Linux environment. Example, firewalls, intrusion detection systems and encryptions. This role requires very strong skills in Linux system administration, networking and cyber security also. The fifth career path on Linux is Linux developer. Linux developers are responsible for building, implementing and maintaining the open source software projects that run on Linux based systems. This can also include everything from operating system components to applications and libraries also. This role requires very strong skills in programming of software and software development, as well as understanding the Linux system administration and using the open source community as well. The sixth career path is Linux data analyst. Data analysis is a critical skill in many industries. We all know that, right? And Linux is no exception. I mean to say, in Linux also data analysis or data analyst job is a very critical job. Linux data analysts are responsible for collecting, analyzing and interpreting the data from Linux based systems such as logs and performance metrics. This role requires strong skills in data analysis, scripting, Linux system administration as well. Now, you all might be thinking Linux has very good scope in the future. Lot of big companies use Linux. What are the skills that are required for an individual or for a candidate to start their career using the Linux platform or Linux operating system? There are many skills. Skills again depends on which career path you want to start with. Now I will give you an overview or overall skills that are required for to become a Linux professional or Linux expert. The very first one is, if you want to become a Linux developer, then the first skill you will require is the programming language skill. You have to learn programming such as C, C++ and scripting languages like Python. These languages are used to write kernel code, applications, utilities and scripts also. Linux kernel internals also you should have some good knowledge about. A strong understanding of Linux kernel architecture, the data structures, system calls and driver interfaces is also very important to start your career in Linux. Version control. You should also have very good knowledge on version control system like Git is a necessary for collaborating with other developers, tracking changes and managing the code based versions is also very important. The person should also have some good knowledge on system administration, understanding the Linux system administration concepts, including user management, file systems, permissions, networking and very important security as well. All these things are definitely required to start your career as a Linux professional. And last but not the least, but very important, shell scripting as well. Knowledge of shell scripting, example bash, using bash is essential for automating the task, writing system scripts and managing configuration. Debugging, profiling, memory management, networking, device drivers, how to use the open source community, all these things are also required to start your career in Linux. Not only these technical skills, but I would also say that you should also have very good communication skills, because in this job you will be communicating with the team members. I mean to say different teams you will be communicating. So having a very good communication skills will become a plus point for you. Now, after all these, you might be thinking, what are the companies or which companies hires Linux professionals or Linux experts? The list is very big. I mean to say there are many companies which hires Linux professionals. If I have to name few, I will start with Red Hat. Red Hat is a very famous company that hires very frequently Linux professionals. Red Hat, IBM, Google, Intel, Amazon, Netflix, Oracle, Samsung, Cisco, Sony. These are few companies I have listed which very frequently keeps on hiring Linux professionals. Once a candidate joins a company as a Linux professional, what are the designations that are given to them? Designation depends from company to company and for which role you are applying. But very commonly used designations are Linux developer, kernel developer, Linux system administrator, DevOps engineer, Linux system engineer, and open source developer and Linux consultant, etc. Lot of people have this question, what is the salary? How much salary one can expect if they want to start their Linux career? If you are a fresher, then fresher candidate, if they have been hired from off-campus interviews, they may expect a salary from 3 lakhs to 6 lakhs rupees per annum. If a candidate who is already experienced in Linux have an experience between 2 years to 5 years, they can expect a salary between 6 lakhs to 12 lakhs rupees per annum. Now, if that salary part motivates you, then you should definitely start your career in Linux. If you want to start your career in Linux, lot of people might have this question, how to start learning for Linux and what are the different sources? Yes, you can there are many different or good training institutes in your city or any metro city in India. Visit the training institutes, speak to the trainers, attend few demo classes. If that interests you, if you are comfortable with the topics, if you are confident enough with the topics, I would say you can join the training institute. When compared to online trainings, I always prefer offline trainings or classroom trainings. If that does not permit you, then I would say yes, online training is also one option. If few people who cannot afford the training fees or traveling to the training institute, they can sit at home using different open source or free platforms also. People can learn Linux. What are the free platforms? There are many in fact. The very famous are edX, Coursera. There you can search in Google Linux journey and you will find the details on the screen. You can also search for the Linux documentation project. Udemy also has very good free content for Linux to learn about Linux. And the last but not the least, our favorite, YouTube. From YouTube also you can learn about Linux, everything. Only thing is you have to be consistently learning and you have to maintain a discipline if you are learning from YouTube. Lot of people might also have this question, is certification required if you want to start your Linux journey? I would say yes, certification is required. Certification will prove that you have learned Linux from somewhere. So that will add weightage to your profile. What are the different type of certifications? There are paid certifications. For example, Red Hat Certified Engineer, which is in short called as RHCE. There is another certification called LPIC, Linux Professional Institute Certification. There is LFCE, Linux Foundation Certified Engineer, CompTIA, Linux Plus. These are the 4 different type of premium or paid certification programs. You can do any one, that will definitely add weightage to your resume. Now, all this, I think I have given you some good example or good information about Linux profession or Linux career. Let me know which of the Linux career, as I have explained you in this video, which of the Linux career you are interested in. Let me know in the comment section of this video. If you have already learned about Linux, then where have you learned your Linux training? Let me know in the comment section of this video as well. If you have any questions, you can put down your questions in the comment section. If you like this video, if you like my efforts, please click the like button. First time viewers, my name is Sushmita Madhu. This is my English channel. Please do subscribe and don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much and namaste.